Have you ever wondered, what if the world you see isn't real? Imagine you've lived your whole life inside a dark cave, and all you've ever seen are shadows dancing on the wall. Then one day you step outside and realize everything you thought was real was just an illusion. That's exactly what Plato, one of the greatest philosophers in history, asked over 2,000 years ago. Today we're diving deep into the mind of the man who built the foundation of Western thought, and discovering why his ideas still feel like pure magic today. Who was Plato? Plato was born around 427 BC in Athens, Greece. He was the student of Socrates and the teacher of Aristotle, standing right in the middle of the most legendary trio in philosophy. Plato wasn't just a thinker, he was a writer, teacher, and political visionary. He even founded the Academy of Athens, often considered the world's first university. For Plato, philosophy was more than a subject. It was the path to saving the human soul and building a just society. Fact 1. Plato believed reality exists beyond what we see. Plato argued that the physical world we experience with our senses is only a shadow of the true world, the world of forms or ideas. Everything we see, trees, chairs, even beauty itself, is an imperfect copy of a perfect, eternal idea that exists beyond space and time. Example, a real chair might break or rot, but the idea of a chair, its perfect form, never changes. That's the real reality, and our world is just its reflection. Fact 2. The Allegory of the Cave, the story that shook the world. In his masterpiece, The Republic, Plato told one of the most famous stories ever written, the Allegory of the Cave. A group of people are chained inside a cave from birth, watching only shadows cast on the wall. Those shadows are their entire reality. But one person escapes and sees the outside world, the true world. When he returns to tell the others, they don't believe him and even try to silence him. The message? Most people live surrounded by illusions, shadows of truth. Only philosophers have the courage to step out of the cave and see reality for what it truly is. Fact 3. Justice means everyone in their right place. Plato's idea of justice was about harmony and balance, both in society and within the individual soul. He divided society into 3 classes. 1. Rulers, philosophers, guided by wisdom. 2. Guardians, warriors, driven by courage. 3. Producers, farmers, craftsmen, merchants, motivated by appetite and desire. When each class performs its proper role without interfering with the others, society becomes just. He famously said, "Until philosophers become kings, or kings become philosophers, mankind will have no rest." Fact 4. Learning is remembering. Plato believed that the soul existed before birth and had already seen the world of forms. When we learn something new, we're not discovering. It's more like remembering what our soul already knows. So for Plato, education wasn't about filling the mind with facts. It was about awakening the soul. Fact 5. Platonic love beyond the physical. You've probably heard the phrase platonic love. But what did Plato actually mean? In his dialogue, The Symposium, Plato explained that love is a ladder that leads the soul toward truth. We begin by admiring physical beauty, then move to love of the mind and soul, and finally reach the ultimate form, the idea of beauty itself. So platonic love isn't about romance, it's about a spiritual connection that elevates the soul. Fact 6. Plato founded the first university around 387 BC. Plato created the Academy of Athens, where philosophy, mathematics, politics, and ethics were all studied. At its entrance, an inscription read, "Let no one ignorant of geometry enter here." It became a model for all later universities. Even Aristotle studied there for 20 years before founding his own school. Fact 7. Plato's vision of politics. In The Republic, Plato designed a blueprint for an ideal society led by philosopher kings. Leaders guided by wisdom and truth, not greed or popularity. He criticized Athenian democracy, believing it allowed uneducated masses to choose corrupt rulers. To him, politics without philosophy was like a ship without a captain, bound to crash. Fact 8. The immortal soul Plato believed the soul is eternal and indestructible. In his dialogue, Phaedo, he wrote that death should not be feared, because it's merely the soul's release from the body, its return to the world of pure forms. Fact 9. Plato and mathematics. Plato saw mathematics as the bridge between the physical and the eternal world. Numbers and geometric shapes, he said, are perfect and unchanging, proof of a higher order beyond the senses. For him, understanding math brought the mind closer to divine truth. If you've ever felt like there's something deeper than what meets the eye, if you've ever questioned the world around you, then congratulations, you're already walking the path of Plato.